Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I'm just messing with the this is not gonna work. I was trying to use the chat room that's connected with Streamlabs for YouTube, but it seems like it wants to show me, pardon any lag, it seems like it wants to show me those crowns, that distraction nonsense. I'm not about eye strain since if you're new here, oh, you might hear this, sorry. Like it wants to show don't me. Copyright me for playing my own thing. Yeah, if you're new around here, I get new viewers every day. Pop out chat, there we go. Yeah, I lost my vision at my last job and I had to quit. And now I'm a YouTuber. That's why it's so dark. It's Windows 11. I'm really trying to work with this thing. It did the opposite of what I wanted. Thank you. Is it, what's the screen resolution like for you guys? Is it still, I think I got it worked out. That made it worse. Oh, but how, I'm sorry, everything might be moving around. I'll just do it the way I usually do it. Now I'm sweating. Great. I did go live, it was just a test stream earlier in the week to try to get things sorted out. And my brother was helping me out. And I think we have it set right. Okay, YouTube, great. So one to go to, what's up? And Arden, how's it going? I do have my Twitch chat room open as well. Just getting that on my screen. This takes me back to when I would be in a 3 chat room sometimes for one of the chat room tours. I don't like how that looks. I want YouTube to be a little bit bigger since it's the most important. Speaking of important, since I am into Minecraft now, of course, the next natural instinct is to want to live stream it. It kind of seems like it's nothing but a giant hassle on Twitch, so if I were to do that, Dill, what's up? Glad you made it. I would do it on YouTube. Erica, glad you made it. Erica, hi. Didn't know Frank was off again. Frank is taking, like, this whole summer, he's been taking every other Friday off to, enjoy the summer. So, long week, short week, long week, short week. Next week's going to be different, but this is it was a short week. Next week, he's got stuff going on, and then it's actually up on QFTV about a week or so ago. I went and looked, and he's got some stuff. He's got stuff scheduled out for the rest of the year for me. I mean, my year ends in like a month and a half. But he has his every other Friday off, and guests listed up there. What he does is, like, right now he might have a premiere right now, but that's I want to say it's going to be the prior Saturday show that was on not on YouTube. So it's if you were there for the Saturday show, you've seen it, but if not, it's there. It's premiered on YouTube, so you can watch it anytime on YouTube. Thanks for being live here, though. I appreciate that. What's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. Arden said it's going well. Baby granddaughter showed up last night. What? Oh, congratulations! I know they were expecting a grandchild. They were saying September 1st for a while now. But hey, a little bit early is just fine. Wow, that is so cool. You're still a Virgo, so it's okay. Um, wow, that's exciting. Who's their favorite YouTuber? I don't know what kids are into. Just keep them away from Roblox. What's up, Lisa Gray? Glad you made it. Yeah, that's just really exciting. Wow. I don't know anybody who had a kid personally, or everybody I know with kids, like, just kind of already had them before I met them, or I've never say like been in the like delivery room or anything with all the crying and just like good tears and bad tears. So it's intense. Arden says thanks, she's doing great. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you just want them to be healthy. That's it. It's enough of a hassle to have a sick kid. You just want her to be healthy, grow up normal. Arden, yeah, yep, no Roblox. Yeah, just gotta be mindful. There's perverts everywhere. It's you know how it is. That is so cool. Dead Misfit, glad you made it. Smash the like button. You're gonna have a good time. I just had a experience over this last week. Well, like some of the best and worst stuff. But I want to talk about the good stuff first. First, Erica says, hi, Marge, wherever you are. I'm definitely talking about her. That was such, if you were at the last, quite frankly, this lady, she's a regular in the chat room for years, just on and off. And not every single day, but they show up when they can. I didn't realize their backstory. Maybe she's called in before, but she was mentioned something. And I'm like, hey, call in. And suddenly we get this call from somebody's like, hey, this is Marge. And like right away, this chick had a great attitude. And then she said who she was. It's like, her, I know her. And I was in the Twitch chat room at the same time. And they're like, I forget exactly what was said. I'm like, I know her. She's in. They asked if she was on YouTube. I'm like, yeah. Nightcock, glad you made it. What's up? He says, hey, balcony fam. Yeah, that was a fun call. This whole week at the show, there have been some fun calls like scattered throughout, which is good for a short week. It's nice to I do find that I've been noticing this the last couple of weeks because Frank does have a lot of guests on, but sometimes it's like just a call-in show. Um, those are usually really good because we get such a variety of people. So it's not like sometimes all the calls seem to have a theme, but sometimes they're just wildly like just the wild personalities that we get calling in. Like somebody might be super soft, somebody might be super expressive, somebody might have a hella accent. It just so we get a variety of it. I was just realizing that week, like, dude, it was a nice little sprinkling smattering of calls. That was so cool. I should probably talk about the thumbnail first of all. I have mentioned I've gotten into Minecraft this month. It's very new for me. I've only played it maybe like 7 or 8 days tops. Dale's asking what's Arden's grandchild's name. Um, it is a fun game. Again, I don't work for anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just I like the sandbox version. I do understand the draw to playing like say adventure. I kind of feel myself easing towards that. Just got to get used to like hitting things with my sword. But right now I'm just in the building creative stage. I just want to build stuff. But I'm never gonna live in a house myself, and I've seen the Lord of the Rings, so I'm very interested in living, digging underground, and also building up, very tall. Oh, her name's Jackie. Oh, cool name, cool name. Oh, Jacqueline. Ooh, very nice, very classy. You gotta do that. You gotta have like a proper first name and then a nickname. You really don't want to give a nickname as somebody's legal name. I can use this as an example. I'm not saying any last names. But I had a friend who had a daughter, and they it sounded like they might have been kicking around the name Alexa. This is before that was a like a Siri type of thing, but they're just kicking that name around. It's a pretty name. There's nothing wrong with it, but they ended up naming the child Lexi, like legal name, like stand up in court, name on a tombstone, Lexi. And you can't say anything about it because it's your friend, but you're kind of, you ask why, and their reasoning was just that everybody was going to call her that anyway, like as a nickname. Like if you want to name your child Rebecca, and instead you just name her Becky, like legal name like that, which I love the name Rebecca, always have. really don't care for the name Becky, and it's got nothing to do with the way it's used in popular culture. I just Rebecca's just so pretty. I just it's not my child, but it just happens. I cannot tell you the last time I came across a Jacqueline ever. It's even I don't know if I knew too many Jackies growing up. I did just some names are just not around. Like my own name, like maybe growing up there were more Nickies. I don't run across any Zoomers named Nikki. It might happen. I just don't come across it. It's okay, whatever you like. There are some. Just don't be spelling the name with like Y's instead of an I. That just lets people know you were illiterate. Just don't be spelling, but like Lee, Lee, but it's a girl, and then you spell it Leigh. Don't do that. Lisa Gray, granddaughter and I are working on an old wooden two-story dollhouse. Oh, that sounds fun. So fun. She's so thrilled to make it her own. I never had a dollhouse. That would be so much fun. Like it's Arden, yeah, gotta have a real name and a nickname unless your name is like Anne or Jane. It's Jane Eyre. It's Jane Eyre is a funny book, and I think this even happens when you read it. If you get the audiobook of it and they have the text on the screen, why does he call her Janet? Is that a typo? Was the name Jane connected with Janet back in the 1840 somethings? I wonder about that. I know it's a little thing. I like that book. I like that movie. Like Janet, she never said that. Like it, one thing you never want to do in real life and online is call somebody by a name that they don't like or they didn't let you call them. And back in the 1800s, people were more respectful. So it's like, well, what's he doing? Just like coming out with some random ass name to call her. He never. They're not at the stage to have pet names. Sorry, spoilers for Jane Eyre. Spoilers for a book that came out in like 18 something. Or yeah, for Anne or Jane, you get a longer name like Annie or Janie. Yeah. I always thought it was funny, like Lisa, like The Simpsons. Bart will call her Lise, like Lise. It's like, how do you make a shorter name short? Like Nikki, you really can't do too much with that, so you just get extras along with it. I got a bit off track. I got distracted. Okay, yeah, Minecraft's awesome. I like playing it. But one of the things that I noticed about halfway through when I was watching the Let's Plays of the horror mods, and I've brought this up before, is that just out of the blue, it might even been night. It was Swaley's walking through. He's swimming. He gets up onto this, not a plateau, but he gets out of the water, and it's nothing but purple. It's lavender. As far as the eye can see, that's all it was. I've never seen anything like that anywhere. Like not in a game, not in real life. And everything just stopped. And that's when I started going through all of his videos heavily, and then all of Puff's videos heavily, just to find those purple flowers and those purple trees. Puff has one series where he's kind of in the same place with his buddy Moose, and they're like way down far, because they're built way up high with the redwood that looks so cool. But way down low, you can see the purple trees, so it's kind of always in the shot when they're at their home base. Dill's asking Lisa, did you see the Friends episode with the doll houses? So find all these purple flowers. I know they use a lot of mods, so I just assumed that wasn't a mod. I assumed it was not vanilla Minecraft, but oh well. Oh well. Jump ahead to Minecraft. You can, like I say, if you're in creative, press E. You can look at every single item you have access to. So I just type in the word purple, see what comes up. There are things. But no lavender, no jacaranda trees. Those are the ones with the purple flowers for leaves. None of that. So okay, so it must have been a mod. So through the just me looking it up, just googling it, just like purple flowers in Minecraft, whatever, I come across that it comes from specifically a mod called Biomes O Plenty. John Rogers, what's up? Glad you made it. And you kind of get into a hassle looking that up because you have to spell it correctly with the capital, like everything properly capitalized, including the O apostrophe space and then plenty. Otherwise, it just doesn't come up. I mean, you can, you just, if you want to find it faster, type it correctly, kind of a thing. So come to find out, it is in Biomes of Plenty. Crap, that's the one thing I didn't want to get into was mods. I don't know about that. You know, gaming for me is you buy the cartridge, you stick it in, you pick up the controller, you play it. So all this extra stuff, I'm just, starting to feel my age. But I wanted it. I didn't go after it right away. I put it off for maybe about a week total, but I was it was pulling me towards it. I could feel that. So what you have to do, like, yeah, you can just download it on its own, but I don't know how to install a mod just on its own. A lot of people go through. There's two apparently major places to download mods from. The older one, the one that I just went over to one of Swaley's videos, and he just had it in the most recent video in the description. He had CurseForge, so I just went there. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. Went there, type it in correctly. It's a mod that it's been around for 10 years. It has 187 million downloads. It's popular. It's also free. Once you buy Minecraft, this is a free mod. I would not mention, I've got it in the description. I wouldn't push anything on you that wasn't free. If there's a price on something, I'll let you know. No sticker shock. Totally free. CurseForge is free. It was already dark mode for me, and then the mod is free. You download it. You boot up the game through CurseForge instead of regular Minecraft, which is it's all good. It still loads up the game. So it does that. So it loads up just fine. Everything looks. I want to say like the opening screen is a bit different with that little like splash. It's got some words kind of like popping out of the screen for you. That's always random. You get that more traditional look. Hop into the game. Oh, Moon Bunny, what's up? Working and lurking. That's cool. Still, Phoebe had a dollhouse on Friends. You know, I haven't seen Friends, but I know her like Smelly Cat song that kind of jives with that character. Lisa, does Minecraft have weather situations in the middle of howling winds gusting 46 miles an hour here? Oh, it does. It does. It has. It rains often. You can go up into the snow area and get snow. I want to say the weather is not too bad and crazy. Again, if you want like tornadoes and wind to come through and blow stuff around, there are mods for that. So you can add that experience to the game, and a lot. I'm not speaking about the. I only know about one mod, but a lot of these other ones do seem to be free, which is great. You've got that in your pocket right now. It's just to make the because again you can get vanilla Minecraft, play it, and have fun. I really did get into it for the purple flowers. So there it was. I had Biomes of Plenty. I load into it, and I do the same thing. I'm just doing a creative world. I don't know how to kill things yet or not. Like, I don't need to survive. I just want to see the purple. Get everything loaded in. It drops me into the world. This is nothing like my spawn of vanilla Minecraft. It was not trees and leaves and nature and pleasantness. No, I'm in a barren ass wasteland. I'm standing on like some kind of stone, and that's all you see is just stone into the rendered distance. There's not a tree. There's not a block of grass. There's no water. Nothing. Like I would not live there. You could not pay me to build a house there. So I was ready to just book it in any direction. But I'm like, no, instead of that, let me just teleport. John Rogers, I could have worked today, but had a new stove coming. Oh, hell yeah. New cooker sketch. You can't turn off the rain though. You can have it like rain all the time. You can have it night all the time. You can have rain and night all the time. I have it set to like just about an hour before sunset, so it's not too bright, but it's not too dark. And figuring out the time is it's not like military time, but you can't adjust that. There's so many. It's so customizable. It does things that I haven't even messed with yet. So I spawn on this crappy area. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm here for flowers. So you open up you type locate biome. I think I just typed in lavender. It'll show you every single type of biome you can go to, and you can scroll through it. If you don't know, you can just pick something on the list. Type in lavender fields or lavender, whatever it hit. It gets you the coordinates. You have to tap that again. You click on it. and then it will just drop you into that biome without coordinates if you don't want to fly wherever that is. John Rogers, it has a built-in air fryer. Ooh, spiffy. I like that. Air fryer on top, deep fryer on the bottom. That'd be too good. So, again, I'm doing everything on a laptop. I don't have like some big booming gaming computer. So, things might take a couple seconds to render in, which that's fine. So I go to travel, and the first thing that happens is it looks like almost like the thumbnail for this, that white sky. It's really light blue. If I were to look at it too long, it would hurt my eyes. But you let it load. So all I had was white for a minute, and I really thought it was just like dropping me from a height onto the ground, which can't happen. It didn't do that. It loaded up what I saw, what I have in the thumbnail. That's the first thing. It loaded up. I didn't touch the mouse. I didn't do nothing. That's just standard base. The hand is done. Like they start you with a dark skinned avatar. That's just how it is. I was there. I'm in the same area I've seen Swaley and Puff play in. When things were the worst for me, they're back in. I mean, this whole year's been bad, but the things when things were worse for me in June or July, and I saw that for the first time, and here I am. So what you do, you tap spacebar twice, and you start rising up into the air. It's the same way as when you start floating in a dream. That's another mechanic I like about Minecraft. Flying is very much leaving the ground. That's how flying is for me in dreams. I tap space twice. I float up so high, and it's just all the grass is covered in lavender. There's some lavender trees, and there's water in the background as far as the render distance goes, and blue sky. And I took another screenshot, and I had to walk away from my computer and sit down by the tissue box, take off my glasses, and cry. I was weeping, funeral tears, boo-hooing. Everything on my face was wet, shaking. I can't. I've been trying to remember the last time I was so happy that I cried. I've laughed so hard that I've cried, and that's a beautiful thing. But to be weeping, tears of joy. I mean, I was super happy the first time I heard How Bad You Want Me, but nothing compares to that. I was just broken down, bawling, and the only reason I stopped was because I realized I can play the game. I can walk around in this. I can see more. So I did. I dried myself off, got back to the computer, and I don't know how I figured this out. I typed something to just to get a look at the different kind of just what you had to build with as far as like logs and planks go. And I think I just typed in planks, so it gives you every single kind that there are. And I scrolled down to the bottom, and there are some straight up dark purple wood. This rarely happens. I logged out of the game. I had to log out of the game. You cannot show me purple flowers and then tell me that there's purple wood I can build a house with. I just, no, my brain stopped. I could not, I can't be that happy. I'm rarely happy. I'm happy when I go to like the show, quite frankly, in the chat room. I'm happy when I'm here when I see you guys live. But on the whole, I'm not. So I don't know how to handle that much happiness all at once, and purple leaves, and purple flowers, and purple wood to build with. And in a video game, I have not cried at a video game since it was either the last. It was this was before modern time. So this was either December 31st of 1997 or January 1st of 1998 when I got Final Fantasy VII for Christmas, and then it took a week to get to the end of the first disc. I'm not going to spoil a video game that you all should have played by now. But if you know the end of disc one, things happen that are not good for the party. And there I was crying at a video game the way I would cry at, like, Titanic had just come out. So there I am, like bawling the way I was at that movie in front of a video game. I don't know. That's just how that was. That's how that happened to me. And then jump ahead, however many years later, and I'm bawling at a video game. Not for a bad reason though. No, nobody, nothing. Not for a bad reason though. This was happy tears. And I can go there whenever I want. I can go there whenever I want. I don't have to be on the Wi-Fi. All I need is this device and a mouse. You really do need a mouse. I can go there, and I've been building there. I kind of want to show you guys around. It's not as great as the other place because I have more houses, but one thing I did do, there's a spectator mode. You can't interact with anything, but you can fly up into the air. You can fly through the ground all the way down to like the caves and like the magma and all that stuff. So I floated all the way down, and of course there's a bunch of lava, a bunch of like caves just spidering out off into the render distance. It all looks very cool, and I'm kind of looking around, and I got down really low, and then I look up. I've never seen this in anybody's game before. It is the tallest waterfall of lava. It just, I don't know how to, I realize, okay, one block is a meter. I've been told that, but I couldn't tell you how much in real life, how far that goes up. It's as tall as a skyscraper in real life. It's all underground. It's the coolest, most dangerous thing I've seen yet. And it's just sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool, but I don't want to get too far away from my house. Let me just float on up, find my house, go back home. So I do that. I float all the way back up, and it does take a while because it's this big, long, tall sucker. It's huge. I can't believe it all rendered in. Get all the way to the top, get back up on the real world, and the sun's out. And I look over, and almost directly, it could have just been right on my shoulder. There's like the edge of my land where I put a fence. And the way I have this house, it's not even fully built. It's kind of like halfway sort of inside of a mountain, and then I put some glass over it. So it's kind of exposed to the outside and kind of just enclosed with stone. But I popped up right next to that. I'm like, wait. Well, wait, don't tell me that. No, I can't be living on top of a lava fall. Wait, hold on. Let me sink back down again. Maybe it was over there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I sink all the way down. I look like there it is. I pop back up again. I'm living on top of a water or a lava waterfall. I gotta find a way to. I don't want to just dig straight down. You don't just dig straight down. I want to find like the entrance to the cave so I can like build a way down there and then go down there. That would be so cool. It's got nothing to do with me. It just generated that way. I just thought that was awesome. Oh, Nightcock stopped using air fryers? Or stopped using microwaves and started using air fryers? Oh, Lisa Gray, a son gifted me an Instapot last year. I've yet to use it. I'm used to regular cooking. You to dust it off and attempt something. Yeah, that's for your, I don't know, like a college dorm room cooking. Lisa Gray, yeah, glad you got happy after the disappointment. Yeah, it was Tuesday, so I had to fight with this to get it set up to make sure the resolution was right. Wait, sorry. Is that? Oh, oh no, it's a. Sorry, it's fine. My screen made my readout look weird. Hold on. Let me look at my. own channel. My 1080 advanced 1080p. Thank you. Yeah, so we had gotten I had to get well, I was fighting with my tray, my cooling tray. It's like something got caught in it. Plus I got it when I got the laptop, so I'm like, great, the last thing I need is for that thing to blow out on me when I'm live. But I was trying to fix it at the time, so I was trying to do that, and then I'm like, well, let me get all this stuff set up, because I got to get everything, right for the 1080p. Got that set up, had some other stuff to do, and then it was sometime between like the my last test show, and it was like somewhere around the 5 o'clock hour. I don't know. I was talking to my oh, brother, so Legend made it. What's up? I was talking to my brother at the time, and I was just like, oh my, I'm just so happy. Oh my god. Uh, I don't have. I've been thinking about this too. I just don't have the words to explain how profound that is. Because I can't go to a field of purple flowers in real life. Kind of for a dumb reason, because it will smell like flowers. And the thing is, I've been around flowers the most at funerals. I don't know, had too many people die as a kid and a young adult. So whenever I'm around flowers for too long, I like them, I appreciate them, they're pretty. But then I start thinking about the funerals I've been to, and then I just get sad. So it wouldn't do me any good to be standing around in a field of lavender. Because it would be pretty, I would like it at all, I might even cry. And then I would start thinking about funerals, and I would just cry some more. So I'm like, great, yeah, here I am by myself, and what else is new? I think that's why creative mode is not scary to me. People say creative mode is scary because you're alone. I'm always alone. I'm used to it. I still look out for stuff, but I just that's not that's usual for me. It will be weird to start spawning mobs. And then I looked up how do I stream Minecraft onto YouTube through Streamlabs. It kind of sounds simple. I might look into that. It is I didn't want to mess with it before this because I had to mess with this camera. When I hit the 250 subscribers, it's been nothing but hassles and harassments and things breaking. So I have to make some good things for myself. But thank you guys though, because I do. Last I checked, that it's like I'm 258 subscribers. So thanks for sticking with me through all of the technical difficulties. Yeah, 258. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I got to do something about that Minecraft skin. I don't know how to change it. I can change it in vanilla. I don't know how to change it through CurseForge. Maybe I just have to make my own. That's a lot of steps. Oh, brothers, oh sweet. Rolling east, one highway, second. Nice. Yeah, drive safe. I'm glad it cooled down. That will be so much. It's easier to travel when you get that medium-ish temperature rather than like too hot or too cold. What's up, Beach Chef? Glad you made it. So since I had mentioned all these, places in Minecraft, that's kind of my only interest in wanting to stream it, just to show folks my houses, to just to have it out there. It's fun. And then folks can, I really do need to work on my roofs, like I mentioned before. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's me. Since I know how to build a railroad or railway track and power it, I did the exact same thing over in Biomes of Plenty. I send the cart down and it starts doing this wobbly thing and then just goes a certain way. And that's like it throws me out and then it just goes a certain way. It doesn't matter where I don't know why it does that, but it doesn't make sense. Like, why do I get the anxiety cart? It's fun. It's just a game. It's not supposed to. If I'm doing something that's stressing me out, then I just need to go do something else, or maybe just log off and just do something else in life. It's just a game. Don't stress yourself out over it. I'm glad folks can sit there for hours and hours and make a career out of it. They must have comfier chairs than I do. How was the audio? I was told it sounded better during the test stream. I upped the bit rate. Maybe that's what had something to do with it. And I don't know about you guys, but as soon as it starts getting cool out, all I want to do is have grilled cheese and tomato soup. Eh, Probably start with this. John Rogers 5x5, nice. Um, oh, Lisa, everybody make sure you're up on live chat. Up in the top left, there's a drop down. It always starts out on top chat, no matter what. But tap live chat. It'll give you a second option, choose live chat. Oh, wait, the screen is not right. Now it's right. Okay, there we go. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an actor. I can't convince anybody of anything. All I can do is say stuff. That's why I like actors. I wish I could be convincing, but so I'll just I don't have a nice way to say this, so I'll just say it. And it feels kind of dumb to say. I kind of feel like I'm telling you that the sky is blue and water is wet. And nobody told me this. I figured it out on my own. But you don't have to. Maybe you guys know this. Maybe you know people who don't know this, so you can tell them. Lisa Gray is on live chat. Okay, it's just YouTube's being funny. It made me sign into my account again this morning. I never sign out of my account on the television. WTF? But yeah, what I'm gonna say is that everything you see on a screen is meant to either entertain you or distract you from bigger problems. The only flat surface you can look through and see reality is possibly a window if it's clean. Even a mirror will lie to you. If you got a face full of makeup on, that's not the truth. So if you're looking at a flat surface that is changing, it's not real life, no matter how badly you want it to be. Like, I love Minecraft, I love the purple flower fields, but it's not real life. And I'm glad it's not, because I cannot go to a place like that in real life. That's why I like the chat room, because it is not real life. You cannot be that way in real life and get by. You just can't. You can't. I'm a flirty person. I can't be that flirty in real life, because then people might think I want something from them, and I don't. It really just it ends with the words, but people want to I don't know, spin that into something more than what it is. So if you do see something on a screen and it does upset you, um, I mean, everybody's entitled to their emotions and their feelings and their reactions, but you're allowed to get mad at what you see, but it crosses a line when you're just taking the fantasy of what you experienced and turning that into a character in your head and projecting it onto that person. That's when things get dangerous. That's when you hear about these people who say they're watching a Twitch streamer all the time and donating to her, and then next thing you know, the guys finding out her personal address and mailing her stuff in real life. It's just people don't realize that the screen is a fantasy, and then they take it personally into the real life. And sometimes good things can happen, sometimes bad things can happen, and people can get hurt. That when you take the fantasy and try to make it a reality, does not always work out. Does not always work out for me. It if it does work out for you, great. But if you're coming from a place of negativity and trying to turn that into reality, I'm sorry that you want to spread negativity in the world. I'm not about that. Um, I'm not trying to add to it. And I'm certainly not here to be anybody's focus for negativity. So if somebody does have a personal problem with anybody, I would expect them to know how to pick up a phone and send them a DM to clear up any misunderstandings rather than demonize them, because nobody else is responsible for your imagination. If your imagination runs away with you, you guys go have fun. I don't have that problem. I'm 100% in control of my imagination. I know how to check my emotions at the door, so to speak, and be professional. If you can't, don't tell me about it. If you are really that upset by something, like send me a DM and let me know. Don't sit on your emotions. It's not healthy for you. I was that kind of person all the time. I was always mad. I was always blaming other people for things. Maybe it was their fault, maybe it was mine. I don't know, but I was just mad all of the time, and I would think about people in a negative way, and all that did was make me feel worse and make me just, doubt myself more, and just nothing good came out of that situation, so I stopped doing that. But that doesn't stop other people from treating me the same way. So on the one hand, it's nice to be famous enough to be, have that kind of attention focused on you, but at the same time, you would prefer it to be positive attention. But I don't get that choice. Brothers Zoe love the purple hat. I love it too. I'm so glad I get to wear this. I was gonna wear my longer shirt, but then I was worried about like sweating and just being nervous since this is probably the first show I've done on 1080p since I was having all those technical difficulties since I got 250 subscribers. It's just gotten, you get to a certain benchmark as far as subs go, and you're thinking, hey, it's going to be easier, and it's just like, it doesn't. Things get harder for you in ways that have nothing to do with the channel. So yeah, if you have a problem with somebody, don't sit on your feelings, bring it up to them before it snowballs into something that's just in your own head, because nobody's responsible for another person's thoughts. Your thoughts are your own. What you do with them is your own choice. But the person on camera is not the parent, so you have to parent yourself and keep your emotions in check. And when you do reach out to people, consider that they are a human being with their own problems going on, maybe their own financial issues or disabilities. Treat other people the way you want to be treated when you do reach out. Because karma affects us all positively and negatively depending on the energy we put out into the universe. Beach App, yeah, actors and actresses on TV shows are liars. Yeah, if somebody's on a screen, they're trying to like do some kind of act for you, whether it's to like haha, entertain, or explosions and chase scenes or love scenes, or it's just something to distract you from what you should be doing, like spending time with your family. And it's like I know folks watch quite people watch quite frankly because they're into the news, but you don't have to watch like all of the other news channels on top of that. Frank pretty much covers what you need to know news wise, I would assume. So that because I don't follow the news, I don't know, but he covers everything. You don't want to hear the same story told to you like 3 and 4 times in the same day. So why you don't have to watch like say like Fox and then MSN and the other ones and then quite frankly and then like just watch quite frankly. You don't have to watch every single other news channel. He knows what he's talking about. He does that for a living. Lisa said, "You're all right in my book." And had Nikki, yeah, yeah, thank you, yeah. Because I've done that too, where you think somebody doesn't like you, or they might have beef with you or something, and then you end up talking to them, and that's not the case. But the whole time you've been, you have your own like writing your own head canon about them that's got nothing to do with them. It's um, there's use your imagination for more positive things. Oh, Michael Orleans, what's up? Who's that? Who's the one hit wonder? Michael. Beach chat. My grandmother used to say, "Don't make fun of the retarded people, otherwise, most likely, will retarded people as well." Right. Having said that, this channel is marked as entertainment, and it's YouTube, not OnlyFans or Pornhub. So we don't really cover your fantasies here. Michael Orleans fantasy. Oh, I'm sorry to say the only thing that's coming to mind is probably a Mariah Carey song. I'm not even a huge fan of it. I like that Mariah Carey, somebody who was just always on MTV, and if you watched MTV, I had to sit through the music videos. I never like bought any of her albums. I did watch her show. She had a show on, I don't know, maybe like 10 or so years ago. And she was the most normal person on that show. Like she was the only person who was calm, and everybody around her was just like scrambling and like running up and down stairs and can't find nothing. And they, this is so bad. This is so bad. She was doing a tour, and it was a European tour, but she was gonna base herself in the UK. Like I think she had like some like children with her. I don't know what her child situation is, but apparently she had children, or at least a child. So maybe you're doing it because they speak English there. So it's just easier for the kid. I don't know what it was, but they were based in the UK and the tour was in Europe. So they're in the UK, they're probably in London or something. And all at once, and these are adults, all at once, everybody freaks out because just then they realize that Europe is a different time zone than the UK. Like if it's 5 o'clock in the UK, it's like what 6 in the other. There's an hour time difference, is what I'm getting at. None of them knew that. It's a room full of folks. I don't expect the children to know that. I expect the adults to know that. These people have like been to college. Not like that means anything, but I'm just saying they're old enough to know these things. So like there they are. That they flew over there. They're in a group. They've spent all this time together talking, and not once has the time zone come. So they show up there, and they were like 2 hours late. Everybody was pissed off, and they should be. Brothers Osities, my ride to the Jamboree. Do you have a car? Because I can't hold on to something for hours and hours. I've got circulation issues. My arms fall asleep. I fall off of the motorcycle. That's not how I'm going to die. And I'm not going to a hospital. So I need a vehicle. I've got a bad back. I'm sorry I'm disabled. I'm sorry I got bitched out for it. But I've just been getting nothing but abuse for my bad eyesight since before I lost my job, and I have not even made it. The event hasn't even happened yet, and I got shit for it. Michael Orleans Autobahn by Kraftwerk. I loved it. Had the LP, but after that, man, sometimes that happens. It's helmet. I don't have any condoms. I've got a hat. Um, some bands are like that. Sometimes like they'll have an album out and like every single song slaps. Like the whole thing, you could listen to it all day. And then you wait a couple years and you're thinking, oh boy, I can't wait for this to happen again. And it's almost like you almost feel like they never came out with another album because their next album is so crap. You just totally have to skip it. It's like, well, I got this first album. Let me just put this on repeat. Or they have like a few good songs, like they're really good songs. Then you buy the album, and the first indication that the rest of the songs are crap is that all of the singles, like three singles, are the first three tracks, and then the rest of the songs are whatever terrible sign. And you listen to the whole thing, like, what did I back when you had to buy a CD, and it's like, what did I spend my money on? I'm just reading Brothers O's comment. I mean, I've got earplugs. That's going to be very hard on my tinnitus because it gets loud, and then I'll hear it all day. I don't know how I'm supposed to hear people talk. Like I'm not trying to like talk my way out of it. I don't travel that way. That's really loud. I'll need to hear people talk at the events. That would be wild if I get to have bacon and steak. I've been so upset all week. I've been barely eating. It's kind of good. Minecraft's kind of good in that way, where I think like I should have enough energy to play this, and then I think like what the hell? I don't need to think. I'm just learning it's honestly it's making my left hand learn the keys. I just figured out like the scroll wheel lets me select stuff at the bottom. I felt so stupid because I've been tapping numbers the whole time, but I don't have to do that. I haven't done it yet, but I just figured out how to walk slowly. Oh, I'll just crouch and I'm trying to play like these folks who have been playing Minecraft their entire life. Uh, oh, Lisa Gray has a helmet. Yeah, yeah. Just is there a direct? Can you drive up to Alaska? Can you just show up like, hey, I'm an American, let me through Canada? Like maybe her other stuff's good, but I listened to the first Tori Amos album, Little Earthquakes, is fantastic all the way through. And then her second album, I liked one song, but I don't remember which one it was. My buddy borrowed them to me, so it wasn't like I was paying for it. It's just like, thanks for borrowing me this album. Oh, Michael Orleans says I got to see John Cougar before his Mellencamp persona got booed off stage. There was Mike stand into the audience. What the fuck? That's not cool. Could hurt somebody. I do want to talk about, quite frankly, this was wild. If you haven't seen the Monday show, watch the Monday show. Watch the Monday, uh, 8, August 25th. August 25th. The shot's correct. It's got we can see like again that white eat sign is back put behind Frank's head, and then Like we can see Lorelai in the shot; she's always there. But then off to the other side, like the Franklin Street, we can read that. We can see the F in Franklin, and we can see the other yellow lava lamp. And then I check the other side of the shot to make sure like everything's lined up perfectly. It just that felt so good to see. This is before I saw the purple flowers, but that felt so good to see. That was such a relief. This show, frankly, had a video of this dude lifting. I think where they were making fun of people who couldn't lift, so they're showing people who could. And this dude, I don't know how much it was, like 1,000 pounds, 900 pounds. Like spotter behind him, like thick. You got to be thick to lift like that. Dude's like, he looked like he could lift that kind of weight, and he lifts that kind of weight. And almost right as he's playing this video in the chat room, somebody's talking about like, wow, hey, Frank played me on the show. It just happened. He just said the name, but I had to go back and look. I'm like, wait, is that the same name? It's Todd. Pardon me if I get the last name wrong. I don't mean to get her. I was excited when I was writing it down. Is it Todd Schroeder? But that lifting video, he was in the chat room. He's like, oh my god, like Frank played me on his show. It's just like, and that's the dude right there. That was so cool to see. I'm glad he was there to see his video being played. Like, dude, come on the show. Lisa Gray said, you know why Jack Nicholson did the knee knee Indians? He improvised, quoted the set mechanics when they'd bitch about Indian motorcycles. Yeah, brothers. Oh, yeah, yeah. Be careful. Yeah, safety first. Safety first. This must. I could have sworn this happened last week, but it is my concept of time. This dude getting arrested, but he runs off. He comes back, and you like there's no cops or like there's a cop filming it, but they're like nobody's around touching this man, and this dude just openly offers to lie down on the ground. Like put his hands behind his back, cross his legs, do all that kind of stuff. And the whole time he's just spitting back commentary at these cops. This man needs his own channel like yesterday. His videos would slay. I'm not saying he should get arrested all the time, but if he can, I know he's probably on drugs, but if he can act that way on camera, he's got a career. I was dying. I've not seen anything that funny and I don't know how long. He's got his knees behind, cross your legs, bend your knees, and they want his feet to go all the way up to his butt. He's like, I don't bend like that. I don't do Pilates. Say to the cop, though, what's your safe word? That video, that whole thing, it's just, I don't know when that happened. I don't know how long ago that was. That guy, he needs to be, like, whenever he gets out, start a channel. I was dying. I know the chat room was too. Oh my god, that was one of the funniest things. It comes up like that's something I would see on Tumblr and wouldn't be able to share with anybody else, but there it was for everybody to see. Nightcock, yeah, pineapple juice. I've got pineapples too. I was thinking, hey, Frank should have that guy on the show, but I don't want him to go in there and start stealing stuff for his drug habit. So no, 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 don't do that. Just interview him when he gets out, maybe. Sure, safe word. Just every time that man opened his mouth, he just had something to say, and somebody in the comments, they're like, "Yeah, I've been a nurse for X amount of years. Dude's on meth, but that's how they are." And this must have been some other. It was a video Frank played, and it's kind of like, of course, the video Frank played. Oh, I'm trying to think. You know how a video kind of starts out one way, and it just sort of like breaks down and deteriorates into something else. You've probably seen this. Frank might have played this on the show before. I've seen this other places. It's like somebody's filming a college class, so you just see this professor come up, and he's talking about what he's going to be talking about for the day. And it always starts out like that. It's him coming in, talking about what he's going to talk about for the lecture. And it just proceeds to get worse and worse and worse. Eventually, he's talking about, is my wife cheating on me? Next time, oh no, she is cheating on me. What's it like to smoke crack? Or next thing you know, he's got a spoon and a lighter. Which I know that's not crack, but still, it just like that video. I don't know if there's a proper name for it. It made me think of that. Lisa Gray, I wanted to name my son Steely Leopard in the 80s. His bio father refused. Son uses his online name though. Oh, that's cool. Steely Leopard. That is a very like online handle kind of a name. That's cool. I like Steely Dan and Def Leopard. Yeah, Steely, not Steely, as in like taking other people's stuff. But this video, it was it just sort of like devolved into the comment was somebody wanted to return a thing, but the Costco people were like, no, because we can't take back items that have been fucked. He was so mad when he said it. I wish I could remember that. That feels so long ago now. This was all the Monday show. The Monday show from top to bottom was so wild. I was laughing so hard. I mean, I was having a good time in the chat room. It just, I don't know what was going on. It was just so. It was just so much fun. I just maybe is it the sun getting into Virgo that's doing this? What's going on? Oh man, that was great. Yeah, Mondays are long days. That was fun. Lisa Gray said, I love Steely Dan and Def Leppard. That's cool. Danny, yeah, better than Deaf Dan. Why do they call him that? Is he deaf? Like no. Well, why do they call him that? I'll hear you. Really good calls that day. Check out the Monday show. Yeah, Tuesday was when I saw the purple flowers. That's when that happened. It was just a lot of. You didn't really get any like proper work done. Didn't really have any, like fun. Other than the, it's not fun to cry, but it was nice to finally get there. Because I really didn't want to mess with mods. I didn't want to mess with extras, but it was free. It was just right there. Worst thing it could do was tell me no. And get it all loaded up. I hate to bring this up because it's such a terrible show, and I've mentioned it before. Fear the Walking Dead. Spoilers for that because the character Nick. Trying to recall the season. The season 3, season 4. It doesn't matter. Um, but when he gets killed and we just see him. It's terrible to go. It's great editing, but it's terrible to see this. He gets his shot, so like there's blood. Probably blood coming out of the mouth, people crying. It's very scary. It's very sad to like jump from that to him just being completely at peace, clean, lying on his back in a field of flowers. And again, it's shot in such a way that when you take a big deep breath in and then just let it all go, like we don't see like the inhale, we just see the like just that release of tension because suddenly everything's right with the world. And I had that moment. I'm just sitting there looking at it, and it's as real as a digital place can be, and there it was right on my screen. And I just it's there it is. Like it's mine. I own it. I can go there whenever I want. It's sort of as close to feeling like getting to heaven as one can get. I know heaven doesn't look like Minecraft unless you want it to. It can look like whatever you want. Um, I get to go to a place that seemed so impossible a few months ago, and time feels double for me. And there I'm just standing in it, and I can just. It's such a big area that like it just goes on forever. If you got a random field, there's just purple flowers in there. It's not even designated as a lavender field. They're just there. It also has redwoods. I didn't realize that until I was going through the wood. I'm like, I get the redwood wood. That's not in vanilla. It looks so cool. It's red. That's in there. I want to find the redwood forest and like build up in them, but that's another thing. It's got my purple flowers. Want to go to if it weren't good to cry, why read Wuthering Heights? I've got to. I know nothing about the book or the song. Sadly, I need to. Well, I take that back. Wuthering Heights. They did it in Monty Python with those. There's a name for it. You know what? Like the flag positions that they have to wave their flags when they're on a boat. That Wuthering Heights with the boat flags. I know there's a proper word for it. I'm stuttering, but that Tuesday we were still talking about it. What's your safe word? Pineapple juice. Uh, Somebody brought up. I think somebody called in, and this does happen. Somebody talking about Beaner's coffee. And everybody has a laugh about that. And then they're like, well, they still exist, but they had to change their name to Big B Coffee. We had one in my town, it went away, but then like last year when I had to go through all this hassle with my glasses, still aren't fixed. We have one completely on the other side of town that I don't go to. It's, I guess, technically the middle of town, but I don't go to that part of town. I don't like driving on the street that it's next to. But we have one now. So you go there. Yeah, they're going to be expensive. Everything is. Get a Neapolitan. You can get it hot. You can get it cold. I always get it hot. It chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. You're not really going to taste the vanilla. It's like drinking a warm chocolate and strawberry coffee. I'm sure it's terrible for you. But if you just have, say, like one a year, I think you'll be fine. Oh, it's so good. But before that, the only other place I could go to find it was maybe like a half an hour away, so I'm glad they came back. I feel sorry for those people. It's not even a proper store. They've got a drive through and then they've got a walk up window, so you basically have two windows open all of the time. I'm sure they're freezing. And you tip them, always tip them. Uh, who brought it up? A tug that came up, giving somebody a tug or tugging. Don't recall the context. That doesn't matter. This was almost back to back. Second Horizon said Tugboat Willie. Willie Fixit was not in the room at the time. That's all right. Megavelli said group tug. Oh my god. It's been just too many laughs in the chat room. Semaphore, thank you one to go to. I would have never remembered that. Yeah, it's it's like all the flags are basically a square, but then sometimes like it might be like two tone, and then like whatever position you have your hand in means something. Kind of like fan etiquette, but it's more important because it's boats. Back before the telegraph days. Yeah, that's wild. Ships are awesome. I forgot people couldn't swim. When did people start learning how to swim? There was you see these boat tragedies. Like here's the oldest recorded footage of a boat launch going wrong. And it's nice to see all like the black and white footage until you realize people are kind of standing around waiting for bodies to get fished out of the water, and you're like, oh. Oh, Lisa Gray says, I remember my grandmother telling me about her first time seeing redwoods. She cried describing it, what it was like to touch one. There's no trees on the Arctic tundra. I cried too when I finally got to see them. I'm sure I would too. It's amazing to see something that big in a game, and to know in real life it's bigger. You can't you're not hugging that tree unless you got maybe I don't know 20 friends to hold hands. Brothers, oh holy shite! First gas station at 100 miles. Harley was getting a low. Ooh yikes! Come on, baby, to just sound a little bit more. Just a little bit lower. If you're gonna run out of gas, I figure like if you're, I don't know what it's like to completely run out, to just punch it as hard as you can and just like coast for as long as you can on that last bit. I don't know. I'll get off when I have to start walking. But that's always interesting. It's like, okay, there's my gas gauge. Where's the next town? Let me drive faster. I'll get there sooner. I won't use as much gas. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it would be a trip to see a redwood tree in real life. Aren't they in California or somewhere? So yeah, that's just. I mean, you can build people build friggin' tunnels through these trees if you don't have any concept of what a redwood tree is like. I'm thinking about it, brother Zoe says. This bike has a full backrest. You would be comfortable all the way to New York. I am really considering it. It just because it's so important. I've been around, quite frankly, for 10 and a half years. January would be more 11, and I've just met the fewest amount of Franklies in real life, and that bothers me. I can't say how much it bothers me because I'll just cry and get upset. It pisses me off so much. I just need to put myself there because that's gonna make it's gonna mean a lot. Like there's other people there that do want to see me there, that like that I have never met. They do want to meet me in person. And yeah, it would be quite the adventure. Yeah, I do need to just get there. I sort of don't even care about, well, like there's already gonna be food there one day. I can like white knuckle it. Well, when Frank was talking about, well, what's your most amazing physical feat, I didn't want to say what mine was because that's depressing. But I mean, like the longest I've gone without food is about 3 days once. I can do that while I'm traveling. I don't know. I could work out the rest. I didn't want to have to go so far as to wreck my credit and take out credit cards the way I did when I went to the Netherlands. I didn't think it should have to be that serious. Um, I don't have a helmet though. I can't have my glasses get fucked up. They're already basically broken. So I don't know what that's gonna do. Like smashing my head in. I mean, I've got earplugs. Just all that noise is just going to put me really close to a nervous breakdown, so I'll just have to like hang on really tight and act like I'm not going through it. Lisa Gray, I also wish I could mingle with you and all the Frankly fam there. Dang, bad timing for me. Moose harvest time. Yeah, I just feel real scummy asking people for help. Because I usually don't get it. I usually get like attacked by people closest to me. I think that's why I don't ask for help, because those are going to be the same people who give me shit for asking. Makes me feel like a bum. Jules woke up. Oh, cool. I just woke up, crashed about 5. Oh, yeah, I was so tired earlier. I don't know how. How can I be so tired at 4 and 5 and 6 o'clock? But then it gets close to 7, and just like, oh, I start waking. I didn't have any extra coffee. I didn't have a Monster. I didn't want to take an extra caffeine in case I was going to have technical difficulties and just get upset. Yeah, people are still bewildered by NBC behavior after 5.5 years. Like, these are the same people who thought taking poison and dressing like devil worshippers was a good idea. What would make them change their mind about that? Dandy, I was tired today too. Yeah, I felt like I was more awake yesterday, but I just thought maybe it's a cooler weather, just kind of a all over the place kind of a week. Wednesday. Uh, I'm at the end of this notebook here. It's kind of hard to. Wednesday. There we go. Oh, what? What was it? Somebody got struck by lightning, but they just saw a ball going at them. Like they got struck by a ball of lightning, something like that. A guy, hey Larry, lowercase, said got struck by balls. I mean, lightning can do that. It does take on different shapes. It can strike twice. Ball lightning is a thing, isn't it? Pretty sure. It was not the time to be practical. We were too busy making jokes. The fact is, we got to say balls, so we got to drink. That's how that works. It feels like I drank a monster because my stomach has just been making noise ever since I ate like a sandwich. Shut the hell up. I should have taken a Tums, but hindsight being 2020. And who was it that they made a comment about banging midgets? Everybody's ancestors were banging midgets 1,000 years ago or whatever the, whatever the line was. Ew. No, thank you. I'm 5'3", so it's kind of creepy when somebody the exact same height as me is like chatting me up in that way. I'm not trying to deal with somebody with a Napoleon complex. There was this dude that used to come into my one job, and he couldn't have been. He had to be like 5'1" tops. And I called him Tyrion because this dude would not shut the hell up. What the hell do you have to talk about to a stranger the whole time you're in my store? I didn't ask. I don't care what's up with the Lollipop Guild, but I certainly had to hear about it every time this dude walked in. Ooh, electrical shock. Yikes. Beach up. That's scary. Rover, yeah, don't knock until you try it. Yeah, just when you just want a little bit of sex. What's up, Rover? I mean, there's still people too. I'm not trying to say that they're not or nothing like that. I'm not trying to like dehumanize somebody because of their height. It's just it's kind of like just the way people like fetishized it. It's just maybe if you're in love with somebody and they happen to be a midget, that's fine. Don't just be banging people just because they were born that stature. That's weird. Honestly, the best part about Joker too, I forget I want to say the character's name is Gary, but he's a little person. I think his bit in Joker too, like I was almost in tears. That dude almost broke me down. Brother Zoe, I must say I love your hair down. I like that it's down. Like it might not look great, but that's how I minus the hat. That's the way I do it around the house. I just have this little clip. I clip my hair back, and that's how I do it. So yeah, makes me look more like a girl. Danny, yeah, little people need love too. LOL. And then I end up playing with it. I'm sorry. I never, I'm usually like, on, like, taking notes for Dark Shadows, playing Minecraft, quite frankly. So like then I'm doing this and I just don't have anything to fiddle with. So then I play my hair. That's okay. R.I.P. to it. It's hanging on. I could get it cut really short, but then I would look a lot older. See, look how old I look. That. See? Well, maybe not with that little bit hanging. I can't. I don't know my left from my right. Yeah, look at that. It draws too much attention to my face. Yeah, maybe that's better. I want to try one of those old hairstyles, like from 1900. Maybe that would look good on me with like that huge roll of hair up front. Whenever my hair makes me look taller, that's great, but it's just so thin. I don't have a hang up about my height or anything. I'm not. If I was shorter, then I would. Uh, I sort of miss all of the. I know a lot of folks shorter than me. Like you see, like Mexican folks, and they're all adults, and then you got to look down at them. Uppy chap usually have quickies and digestive or magnesium, stearate tablets to settle down. I want to go to, yeah, we're not chatting about Nikki M. Carlin's physical attributes or a lack of armpits. Yeah, girls don't have armpits. It just, you got shoulders and then like the arm starts. But like the shirt is just there to cover up the fact that the arm is just kind of hovering underneath there. I'm sure that I've seen that in a video game or somewhere before. It's just not landing in my head. It sounds familiar from something. But yeah, that's how it's almost like a doll. How like the arms on a joint, that little ball joint, that socket, that's just not there. Thursday was again a third eye activated. I'll actually type it out. It's third uh, reality. She's here on YouTube. But again, like she's been coming around for years. She's not there every single day, but she just shows up when she can. And then like maybe she's called in before. I don't. I'm sorry, I can't put together like I can't always connect a voice with the chat room handle. It sometimes I can, but sometimes it takes too long. Like I'm just starting to get used to Jules's voice, and I've known that chick for so many years. It's nothing personal. It's just how bad my brain is. It won't let me remember. But she's not. I guess she's not in there all the time because she takes care of her. She does a lot of stuff, but one of the things she does is she does take care of her mom. So she's got if you're taking care of a sick family member, it takes care of up a lot of time, and you just make time for whatever else you can. And she sounds like she keeps herself busy. And she was saying one of the things she sells is it's a shirt with it's like the rainbow wheel, like the color spectrum, and it says straight people like rainbows too, and there's like a subtle joke in there because it's a rainbow spectrum and something about maybe her being on the spectrum. So it's like a haha double joke, double entendre, whatever. So haha, we get it. So that was cute too that she put that joke in there. And as soon as she said that, maybe three or four people are like, I want that shirt. And so there's Frank. He's like, yeah, man, if you got to, can you send me an email with a link and I can put that out there? And I went over to her channel. I was looking for a link to it and there just wasn't. But I see why if she's too busy. And but I was like, yeah, man, if you If you drop that link, you're going to be selling at least a few shirts tonight. I don't know what came about that. I hope she got in touch so he can put that out there. I don't know what her website or anything, but that was a lady called in like, "Hey Frank, this is Marge." It just great energy, right? Like maybe two sentences in, I didn't realize who it was. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be a good call." But she gets on the call like it starts out really normal, but then it's almost like she's having to pull the phone away from herself and do something like just in the other room, like there's some movement going on, and then we couldn't hear her, and then she came back, and like I don't know what was going on, but it's like come back, we want to talk to you. This was the most adorable part. This was like watching Puff in one of his videos because he's so innocent, and she's maybe she was putting on her like Bluetooth because then she goes, "I didn't know the rules," and she was talking about taking off her Bluetooth headset. It was so adorable. It was like I was watching a Minecraft video. But she was saying she's an Aries. I didn't catch it the first time. Somebody mentioned in the chat room, like, "Did she say that?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I believe the chat room. And then she said it again, and her birthday is April 9th. Professor Farnsworth's birthday. That's coming to me now. But like when I pieced it together that Marge is third eye activated, I freaked out. That was so much fun. It was a little bit longer call, but that's okay. That's what it was. Jupiter was on, and then it was like a bunch of calls in the middle, and then we got Molly from Keto Brains was on at the end. Oh no, yeah, that's right. One to go to. Thanks, you reminded me. Yeah, Marge wasn't born on the spectrum. Yeah, it was the army shot her up in the arm 8 times. Like they gave her that came back to me now. It's they kept giving her these rounds of shots. It's like she had to get two at a time and then wait so much. Another two, wait another. They did that, and they did that with so many people, and she's just finding out over the course of so many years that a significant portion of them are not with us anymore. And I don't know, for having all those shots, she still seems pretty normal. I'd say there's more effed up people in the world. She still got her head on straight. So it couldn't have been, maybe she's just tougher, but I don't know what was in that stuff. Couldn't have been good, but she sounds like she's powering through it. Just really good positive attitude. Very cool. Like even like she sounds like she would be still that positive person if she had less stress in her life or even more. I'm not wishing more stress on her, but she has a real good attitude. That was what I hope she calls in regularly, like maybe not every week, but like just like keep in touch with us, maybe even just once a month. We want to hear from you. Maybe a little bit more than that, but whenever she can. She doesn't have to entertain us. So Molly, she was talking about before she was moving. Maybe she was in California now or then, but now she's in Montana. Want to go to human guinea pig? Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. I hate needles. So I kind of didn't notice it first. She's sitting there talking. It's almost like she's at the end of a long table, and then you can see the living room behind her, and there's a door. I thought it was closed. It was kind of bright for me, but at some point somebody mentioned the door opening, so I peeked up and I saw leaves. I'm like, leaves? Really? Green? And I'm not in a video game? What? Okay, cool, but it was still a little bit bright. And then I say movement, walking around. There's like a dog just like walking through. I don't know breeds, but it was a bigger one. And it was just sort of like walking. I want to say it was walking outside, so I'm like, okay, bye. But then, like, not even a minute later, it just sort of wanders back in and wanders through the living room and just sort of wanders out of the shop. Nobody looked. And here's I assume a second dog just coming through another way, and then he just kind of moseys just and then goes out the door. And like they weren't saying anything, there was no noise. They were just walking around, and Molly didn't turn around, look or nothing. And I'm just thinking, wow, this chick is super chill. about animals walking around her house. Yeah, I was expecting like are we gonna get a deer, a rabbit, a cat, a fox? Yeah, like two guys hauling some furniture, like they've got a sofa. I wanted it to keep going as if it was. If you ever saw, maybe they did this in the movies, but specifically the Naked Gun, the TV show from 1982, stuff like that. It was almost comical, like how many other critters that I sort of assume she has dogs. If not, she's just the most chill. She is more chill about people walking into her house than the Evanses on Dark Shadows. I shit you not. You've never seen people so unbothered about straight up strangers just being in their house, and you just still go on with what you're doing, and you drink your coffee. So I'm just like, this chick is just chill on another level. But then I realized, maybe those are her animals, but and that I don't know what the backyard area is like. I don't know if the dog had a key to get in and out. Any manner of silliness could be going on. I hope that happens every time. I hope every time she's on, there's just like stuff going on in the background silently that doesn't have anything to do with anything. And it's just like two ships passing in the night, and just like whatever in the background, and then she's doing the interview, and then and don't mention it. Don't mention it. Like Billy Connolly's banana boots. He just put them on one day. He never did a joke about them. He never alluded to them. It's just something he wore. He did his bit, and he got off the stage. Like it was like that. It was so funny. One to go to had not heard of leash aggression before. Diet Cook, yeah, the dog opened the door, like just handle, or like to just bump it with the shoulder. I didn't hear keys jingling. Like, is that your house? Like, dude, you just walk into anybody's house? Okay. That was great. And one thing Molly did say was there towards the end. She's like, she does not waste her time with these just NPC types. She knows not to, like, if people are talking about their aches and pains or just a lack of energy, whatever, and she knows they're just indoctrinated with whatever the news wants to feed to them and whatever doctors want to tell them. Miley's just like, I know I'm not getting into like the fighting and the screeching and the reeing. I'm just gonna not say anything to them. That there's nothing you can do, and until they have a serious medical issue and they realize they need help on their own, Miley just knows there's nothing she can do. She just walk away. Like, thank you. I feel the same way. You can't save everybody. You can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. So you giving good advice is just wasting your energy. She knows not to do that. If they come to her, sure, but she's not gonna, be the first one to, put it out there and waste her time. So that's cool. I like that. That's a good mentality to have, especially 5.5 years into this nonsense. Yeah, but more animals walking around the background would be funny. That was cute. After we had the Marge Paul, and then we had the critters in the background. It still messes me up with short weeks, even though time feels twice as long. I don't know. The stage just felt an extra day longer. And I still really don't know about streaming on Twitch. It just sounds like anybody who's like a YouTuber, I mean, maybe just being biased, they always talk down about streaming on Twitch. It sounds like it's just so much harder to. It sounds like if you want to build a career streaming anything, it sounds like it's better to do it from YouTube over Twitch because it just sounds like Twitch has more. hoops to jump through as far as getting like paid. I don't know how any of their version of super chats, if that's a thing over there. If you're, I assume you're allowed to receive donations on other platforms. Like I don't know, like what kind of percentage they take out. If it, Google, YouTube already takes 30% out of a YouTube super chat. It might be more depending on what you use. I have heard folks say that they were using maybe like Apple Pay to make a super chat, and then it's like the 30% for Google, and then maybe another like 20% for Apple. So it just like it depends what you go through. Let me throw my pen on the ground. And it's not like I'm necessarily thinking, oh, I'm gonna have a 30-year career streaming and playing video games online. I haven't played video games in front of anybody in years. But rather than say, I mean, like, yeah, part of me would want to say just have gaming on Twitch and just these shows on YouTube. I mean, like, yeah, you just do things to do them, but what if I'm doing all these, say, Minecraft videos and putting them on Twitch, and they're getting absolutely no views, no comments, no nothing, versus if I were to do it on YouTube. I realize, like, they're not the same people who watch, quite frankly, are into Minecraft Let's Plays. I do understand that. I realize I'm into, like, wildly different things that don't mesh. I was playing Minecraft and listening to Judy Garland. That's You're not really going to find too many people doing that. I'm sure they do, but not on the whole. But just as far as like if you do create something, you do want other people to see it eventually, just so they get some kind of entertainment value out of it. And it seems like anything I make would get more exposure on YouTube. Like, even if I had no other content, even if I didn't do live shows and I was just starting out fresh, if I was just doing Minecraft stuff, it seems like that would get more traction eventually on YouTube versus Twitch. I don't use Twitch a lot. Maybe you guys don't either. I had to get used to it for the chat room, but that's really all I know about it. I don't watch any other shows there regularly because the folks that I did watch regularly stopped doing regular shows. So there's just that. There's not another show that I watch on a regular basis that's off of YouTube. So I just don't get that secondhand knowledge through experience. What to go to? I would rather watch your stream on Discord then. If I could stop throwing this pen around, maybe I'm done writing. I guess I'm done writing. uh, I don't know how to. That's one thing I don't know how to do. How do you time your just no? Me saying that I'm not saying like I would go at this time. I would be playing Minecraft instead of doing one of these shows. I'm not saying that at all. That would be something I would be doing at a time outside of the times that we've already established for doing live shows. That would be too much of a shift to just that would be like showing up to Quite Frankly and he's just playing one of the baseball games for 2 hours, which is fine. I can watch somebody play baseball in a video game for 2 hours, but I don't think folks that are expecting to hear about current events showing up and seeing that would stay for it all. I don't know. I like video games. Maybe some people don't, and that would put them off. I don't want to put people, completely off of the channel, but it is something fun, and it's wild to, again, gaming for me as a kid. We would go to somebody else's house. They've got the game station. We play on that, and that's all there was to it. You didn't. Nobody was certainly like setting up a tripod to record them and their friends sitting around in front of the TV. Playing Street Fighter and Super Mario Brothers. Maybe people did, and it would be great to have that kind of footage, but that's not. Folks didn't have money like that when we were kids to have a fully. You didn't even know what a camcorder was like back then. We're not giving you kids a camera, so it's that's just was not a reality in the 90s. But it is now. It's the same thing. People don't understand why people can watch other folks play a video game. That's what we did as kids. Sometimes if it was just a single player game, you'd watch your other friend play until they died, then it was your turn until you died, then you pass it on to the other friend and you did it like that. If it wasn't like like Mario Kart, you get the other controllers, you can race against each other, that's different. But that's what it's the same thing. It's the same thing as going to your friend's house and watching them play video games. The only difference is you're watching it in your own house on your own screen by yourself. Just to see how they play. That's what I would like to see because all my friends would play games differently. Maybe somebody was more violent, maybe somebody was more strategic at Street Fighter. So it just depends on you want to see the different game styles. So that's how we got a variety. Want to go to and yep on Discord voice chat, right? Yeah, that's the other thing. That's what kind of fucked me up when I realized I could have been a YouTube or a Minecraft YouTuber because you can just. I mean, yeah, you're going to be more successful if you're actually speaking to your audience and using your voice, but you can also just do streams and you don't have to say a word, or you can just like type at people in the chat that Discord or get confused with all these things. You can type in the chat that Minecraft has. It just pops up. That's how like Locate Biome, like I was saying. It's in this little chat area. You can type there and talk to your audience there. You can also there's like signs you can like post that just stay up, and you can like type whatever you want with the character limit on that. So you can still communicate with your audience without them hearing your voice, and then they never have to see what you look like. And that would have been great because I was upset for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like 3.5 days before my first video went up and everybody was going to see what I look like. Still upset about that. I'll never forget how bad I felt for almost 4 days. And I was like nervous before I went to Quite Frankly. And I'm never nervous before I go to Quite Frankly. It's horrible. So all this time I could have been anonymous and learning my ASDW with my left hand. But, again, hindsight, it's things work out the way they're supposed to. I don't like still photography, so if I do have to have folks looking at me on camera is the best, since I did take that week off. Not week off, but I took a month to learn how to play to the camera, and that never went away. So it wouldn't have been, I would have never, I would have learned that and then just gone on to not use it when I did start uploading. There we go. I would have learned a skill for nothing. But stuff like that, especially when you watch these ARGs, a lot of the videos are, sometimes these are, I don't know if they really are made by children, but if they are, it is sort of good that they are just typing at us when they talk. Just because you have children on the internet, there's people who like children in a bad way. I wouldn't want somebody to hear that and some pervert to hear that and have them misconstrue that in their head and then try to turn that into reality and think they gotta I don't know, kidnap some Minecraft YouTuber kid because they're just a sicko. Danny, I was there for the first show. Oh, gee, hell yeah, were you? I remember that. I mean, I don't remember exactly who was there, but I remember it was fun. I swear something funny happened. That was so cool because I had my Dark Shadows box set. That was so chill. I gotta go back that and watch that sometime. Hell yeah, Dandy. I just wish I had a name for us. Nightcock, my dog would be considered leash aggressive. He wanted to pull me around before I got him a harness. That calmed him down. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it's, imagine that for yourself. Something that was, like just on your, chest and upper body versus a choker from the 90s. Andy, hell yeah! Thank you for being an OG. I'm glad the notifications have been coming through, and that I've been able to stick to a schedule. Oh, I gotta see about that with Zoso dude. God, I really wanna. I just know I'm gonna. I mean, it'll be disappointing for me, but it's gonna be disappointing for more people if I can't go. And I would feel as bad as I would feel about disappointing myself. I would feel just inconsolable about disappointing Franklies when they have been making me happy for 10 and a half years. It's not that I feel like I owe people anything. Like it's not like I lost my track of thought. They people don't know quite how to put it. People deserve to have their any positive feelings towards me rewarded. And I don't mean to think like I don't think of myself as some like oh I'm blessing people with my presence. I don't have an ego like that. I'm just one person in the room. Pardon me, getting a little bit emotional. Um, it's not that I've never had that like an ego like that. Nobody likes that kind of a person. Like, oh, you can start the party because I'm here. It's like, yeah, we're already done. Screw off. Not like that, but I mean, like, I know most people realize, like, hey, if you can't make it, you can't make it. But on another level, we kind of don't care. We just want to be entertained. We just want to see the people we want to see, regardless of any hassle. We're not thinking about the full picture. We just want to have a good time, and I respect that. I do. I get that. I'm the same way. I'm a human being too. I just want to be entertained like anybody else. Um, and since it is my only shot to go, that makes it important. I hate that I might sound kind of flippant about it, but it's really to stop myself from getting too emotional about it because it is so important, and I don't have the ability to make other people realize how important that is. And I'm not saying everybody has to think the same way I do. It's hard to convey what a big deal it is to be around people who have made my life worth living for 10 and a half years. Um, I kind of owe it to myself and I owe it to them to be there regardless of any hassles I'm getting outside of that. Pardon me. It's not about me. It's not about any one person. It's about the Franklies. Check out my first video. It's called The Chat Room is the Priority. Full stop. It's not one person. It's all of us. It's everybody in that room. So it's you. It's every other name on the screen here. It's every other name on the screen. Quite frankly, that's what's important. At the end of the day, one person's feelings and thoughts don't matter. The Franklies matter. It's all of us together. So any other little problems and hassles and disagreements and misunderstandings in the grand scheme of things don't mean anything when the Franklies are there to consider. My nose is running too much, pardon me. John Rogers, yeah, we are family. Yeah, it's you can't spend that much time around people and not care about them. And I don't know, people need their I don't. I hate to make it sound like it's not all about me. It's again, I'm not the main attraction. I'm just one person there. But I know that there are folks that they were maybe expecting to meet somebody that has been around since before they showed up. Um, so it's a little bit more rambly than I would like. I need to come to a point because I've got 10 minutes left. Uh, it's hard to think live. I don't as much as I like being in front of as much as I am best in front of the camera, I also can't think because then I get nervous and then I get rambly. And maybe if I do this for a few years, I'll get good at it, but I'm just not quite there yet. Um, I just really hate to disappoint people. I hate to disappoint people who all they do is cheer me up every night. I would hate to be like the one being a dick by disappointing people because I couldn't make it there. Because it kind of doesn't matter. I mean, like, yeah, money matters, but it kind of doesn't matter the cost. The important thing is the results, and that's getting to see everybody. Like, yeah, at the same time, I do have to, realize I've got to, have money to live until the end of the year. It just really sucks. I want to go to Stoked by Nikki's humble expression of gratitude towards community of Franklies. Yeah, Dan. Yeah, even though we don't know what they look like. Yeah, that's a thing. Nobody's wearing name tags. Who the hell's gonna know who anybody is? Rover ramble on. Yeah, thank you. Lisa said, I'm so glad I found my Frankly folk. I can't recall how I was led to, quite frankly, but I'm fortunate to have fam thereof. Absolutely. Night clock. Red light syndrome happens to everybody. Is that like the red light special? Damn, my nose is running. Oh, got the window open. That's why I'm trying to keep it cool in here so I wouldn't sweat. I just, like people just, we go into the chat room and we build each other up. And then if I can't get there, I would just be letting people down. And I would be the dick in that situation, even though, like, I know, most people would understand why I couldn't make it, but I would still feel like a dick since it's my only chance to get there. Uh, that's where it is with it. I guess I'm upset by it because I keep crying. Girl, you are on camera. Your face you can't cry on camera when you don't wear makeup because then your skin turns pink and everybody knows you're crying. If it was that bad, I wouldn't do it. It's important to look like a human in front of people because being in front of a camera is very dehumanizing. But I knew that getting into it. That fame is a curse. So I knew that getting into it. It would be one thing. I see why like young people become famous and then they can't handle the world because they don't know how things work. I can totally see that. If you believe your own hype, you're gonna drown in it. You can't believe everything you read. You can't live in an echo chamber and believe it because that's gonna drag you down because that's not real life. Hey, cock, it's what they call it when you're recording and you suddenly freeze up. LOL, buffering. Yeah, I hope. Do I got acid trails? It's so. As long as the frame or the screen resolution is right. That's the important thing. I really don't need to be moving around that quickly, that fast. Oh, Lisa Gray, thank you. My heart, you are intrepid and brilliant wrencher. Oh, thank you. Dandy, wow. Says that he found quite frankly around 2017, dude. Wow, that's a long time. It's almost 10 years. This says it's 2025, so I'm not great at math, but I know the difference between a 5 and a 7. I don't know. Like where's I don't know. I'm doing a live show tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I really do need to get to that event. Anything can happen in a pinch. I do a lot of things last minute, so I mean it's a whole week away. It's a whole week until the 5th. A lot can happen. If time feels double for me, that's a lot. I mean, I've got a back appointment on Wednesday, but other than that, if I had to, I would reschedule it. Don't get me wrong. I would just go on the following. I call him and let him know. I'm not going to leave him hanging. So I told him what's going on. Oh, pardon again. Hey, Kaki, a little hitching here and there, but nothing to deter us. What happened to those? Somebody sent something in I don't know, sometime this week, and I'm like, yeah, whatever happened to those serial killing truck drivers? Isn't anybody going east? Because I'm not lucky enough to get killed. I'll just get dropped off. That's no big deal. But yeah, doing the same thing tomorrow at 7, and we'll just do some hanging out. Yeah, it was like 2 years before Lauren got pregnant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got married 2017. Uh, it was way earlier than I thought. I'm pretty like don't hold me to it. I remember it was May. It was like right around the cusp, possibly 2017. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there. He was just off for a few days, but I told you about that. It was like a Friday, and he seemed like he was in a bad mood. And then he comes back on Monday, and he's like, she said yes, and it's like, oh, okay, wow, we didn't know you were gonna ask her. Maybe he was upset about asking, and he was kind of just. It wasn't, like when he gets a little bit upset, you can just kind of tell, and it just seemed a little bit extra down. I didn't know why. He didn't really talk about his relationship that much, but maybe he knew she watched the show, so he didn't want to say anything. I don't know. But she said yes. Yeah, doing the same thing tomorrow. I'll talk about the next week when it comes up. I don't know, worst best case scenario, if I do end up getting to go, of course I wouldn't be able to do a show on the 5th and the 6th, but that's I don't know, situation. Of course I would tweet it or put it in not tweet it, but a community post. The first place that I'll put messages is the community post on YouTube, just because Twitter doesn't always let me schedule a tweet. So look there second. You can follow me on Twitter, link in the description, but definitely look here for updates in the community posts. That's the best place for any schedule changes for this channel. I'm pretty good about being able to put out a tweet on Friday or about the upcoming schedule, but next week, who knows? I've got that scheduled for that'll be going up tonight. Tonight or tomorrow? What day is it? Today's Friday? Today's Friday? Thought it was Thursday for a second. That's okay, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, because the following week, Frank will be off Monday the 1st. It's a September holiday, a Labor Day. And then he was saying, he's like, well, I better take the 4th off because I'm going to have to, he's going to have to like move stuff around in there beforehand. So he's going to need a whole day to set up. So he won't be on the 4th, which is a Thursday. That's understandable. I kind of expected that. I don't expect he's going to like set up everything now and just leave it that way for a week. That's insane. Uh, And then the 5th, I was just gonna go live a couple hours early to get in a full show, but we'll see. Well, I don't know if I can make it there. Then that's great, and if not, nobody will like it. Everybody hated that. Brian, yeah, I'm gonna have to go. How am I gonna get my stuff there? It's fine. It's that's not important. The only thing is to get there, and it doesn't matter where I'm gonna sleep or what I'm gonna eat. I just have to get there to see Frankly's because nobody cares if you ate before you went to the chat room. You just show up and have a good time. So I'm kind of thinking of it like that. When you show up to the chat room, you leave all of your other problems at the door, and you're just there to focus on having a good time. That's how I'm thinking of it as. Whatever I've got to struggle through to get there doesn't mean anything. The results do. It's not about one person, it's about all of us. So I'm glad for all of the people who have donated to me getting to the, quite frankly, Jamboree. I will be shouting out every single last person who has donated to the channel this year at some point, since you guys wanted me to succeed. And I don't feel bad if you can't donate. I'm the same person. I've never donated to I've never super chatted to a channel, so it's nothing against you. Just by showing up and having a good time is enough. Smashing the like button helps. Being subscribed helps out as well. So as long as you're having a good time and YouTube knows it, that's the important thing. So don't let a little disagreement stop you from enjoying life and talking to people who are in your life, because life is too short to be hanging on to negativity and putting any kind of hatred out into the world. There's enough of that. We're all friends around here. We should all be able to speak to each other whenever we want. And I don't have, room in my life for any hatred. I hope you don't either. And if you do decide to direct it at me, I'm just going to turn it into content from now on. I'm not putting up with that. Women have to take too much shit. And if that's what I'm going to hear about, everybody's going to hear about it. I will put that on blast. Too many people are attacking women nowadays. Say something back. So I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being Franklies and smashing the like button. You are going to want to watch some Dark Shadows to get caught up with that. You don't necessarily have to play Minecraft to still enjoy the channel. I don't know if I'll get that added on. Again, if I do, it'll be something totally outside of what we already have established here. I gotta build the balcony somewhere in Minecraft. So Nightcock, yeah, like you said, have a great weekend, y'all. You guys have a good night. Get some good sleep. Get something to eat. Get some water in you. Smoke out on the balcony. You can leave your pants on the floor if you're going to be back here tomorrow. And we will see what happens on a Saturday. So enjoy Virgo here. I'm an earth sign. I should like this time of year. Kind of feels, maybe that's that feeling I'm getting. Oh well. So you guys are the best. Stay Franklies. Stay friendly. Yeah, Jen Rogers, have a great night, everyone. Yeah, have fun with that air fryer. Lisa Gray, love you, Nikki. And Nick Lees, yeah, thank you. Yeah, one to go to. Till next time. Everybody, take it easy. Dropped frames. Oh no. It's 30 FPS, isn't it? It's fine. It's fine. So I love you guys again. You're the best. I wouldn't be here without you. Until next time.